So your appearance is one, your behavior or your body language is another, and then your communication is a third thing. So what I'd like for women to remember is, for the winning woman to remember is A, B, C. Your complexion determines or should determine the colors that you place on your body. When you wear the right colors for your skin tone, you enhance and brighten and bring your features alive. You cannot wear a sheer blouse that shows your undergarment. And I make that point to women. It's called underwear for a reason. It's not supposed to be seen.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Winning Woman. Today we're talking about dressing for success. I'm sure you've heard it said, you only get one opportunity to make a first impression. How do you make an impression that is positive for you, that gets you where you want to be, and that moves you on and up in the world? Whether you want to make an impression in the boardroom, at work, or at a social event that is important for your next level, we're going to be sharing all about it today. Today I have with me a woman who is a fashionista and a brand stylist. Her name is Ifeoma Williams. She's a former beauty pageant winner, and now she is a brand consultant and image stylist. If anybody can tell us about dressing for success, it's Ifeoma. I look forward to chatting with her on this show. Hello Ifeoma, welcome to the Winning Woman Show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm delighted to have you here.
Thank you.
Well, as you know, today our topic is dressing for success. We want to equip women to dress for where they want to be. Oftentimes, I think women don't understand how important presentation is for their next level. But before we talk about that, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little about your journey into image consultancy.
Okay. So just like you, I started out as a lawyer, practiced for about 6 years. And in my last year of legal practice, I found that I used to go to court to watch people. So I would go to court and I wasn't interested in the proceedings. I was more interested in how people presented themselves, how they spoke, how they looked. I used to tease back in the day that there were lawyers who looked like they had been attacked by hyenas. Their wigs were awful, and you know, it sent a very strong and wrong signal. And I thought, is there a way I can help people project better, look better? I didn't realize that there was such a profession as image consulting. And a friend of mine introduced me to image consulting, and that's where I began 11 years ago. Okay. So that's what I've been doing for 11 years, and I must tell you, it's caught on. And now more than ever before, people realize, or people have come to realize, that you dress how you want to be addressed.
I love that.
Yes.
So you've become a pioneer in this field, haven't you?
Well, humbly, I say yes.
Yeah, because it's something that's quite new to should I say, Nigeria.
Yes.
How well received was it initially?
It wasn't that well received. People couldn't understand that you would pay somebody else to tell you how to put yourself together. You know, people didn't understand that there was a science to looking right, and there's an art. You know, the science is all of the technical things, your colors, your body lines, what sort of fabrics you should wear, and then the art is when you style yourself or you put your wardrobe together. Yes. Fantastic.
So let's start by talking about first impressions. They say you never get a second opportunity to make a first impression. In your own estimation, how important is a first impression?
So I'll start by telling you that the human mind, if you think about it, when you think about anything, you don't think in letters or numbers, you think in pictures. The mind is visual. So the first time a person sees you, well, according to a Harvard professor, Albert Mehrabian, propounded a theory that stands true today. The first time a person sees you, it's visual. They gauge you based on what they see in your outward appearance. They give you 55% for how you look, 38% for how you project, how you sound, and only 7% for what it is you are saying. And if you make a wrong first impression, you need 13 further meetings to correct that wrong impression.
Wow.
You know, and what a lot of people don't realize with first impressions is, as human beings, we judge right away. So a person sees you, the first thing they see is she's female. The next thing they start to think about is, do I want to associate with this person? And how are they forming that impression based on how you look? So immediately they box you into a particular social class or profession, and then they decide, I want to associate with this person. And it's from association that you eventually build rapport.
Right.
So first time meetings are most crucial.
It's so important that you say that. You know, the scripture says that God looks after the heart, but men judge by outward appearance. You know, so it is important how we present ourselves. So what are the things that we can do, either in a social or a business environment, to make a great first impression?
So I think the best way to discuss that is to look at the different ways in which you communicate at work. So your appearance is one, your behavior or your body language is another, and then your communication is a third thing. So what I'd like for women to remember is, for the winning woman to remember is A, B, C. Appearance, behavior, and communication.
Oh, communication.
Yes.
Okay.
So for appearance, it has to be appropriate for what it is that you do. All right? And the foundation for building an excellent wardrobe is the cut, the color, the fit, and the finish make the outfit.
Right.
So whenever ladies are shopping, I say to them, be mindful that the cut of what you're wearing has to harmonize with your body lines. The color has to complement your skin tone. The fit has to be right. And please don't buy a smaller size because you think it'll make you look smaller. It'll actually make you look bigger. And of course,
because they will show all those flaws.
Exactly, the contours that you want to hide.
Right.
And finally, the finish. Because it's the finish of an outfit. It's not how expensive it is, it's just how well finished it is that projects a particular image.
Okay. Fantastic.
Then for the B is the body language. Your body language speaks volumes. So it conveys a stronger message than what comes out of your mouth. So it's important that your body language is right and you are mindful of your carriage. So at work, for instance, you find that a lot of people are sitting behind a desk, and after a while they slump over. They slouch. So if your posture is not right, your outfit in the long run will never look right. The last thing is...
So you can be expensively dressed, but your comportment can diminish your presentation.
Totally and completely.
Okay.
And the final one is your communication. And this is summed in what we call your paralingo, your paralanguage, which is the pitch of your voice, the pace at which you speak, the tone of your voice, and your accent. And finally, the volume of your voice.
Wow.
So
I'm sure we could spend half an hour talking about that.
Of course. Yeah. But all of these things come together to help you project. Think about it. When you see a woman who is well-dressed, appearance, and the body language is right, but the tone is arrogant, it's off-putting straight away. And you don't feel as though, and you might just say, she looks nice, but
I don't like her, or you don't connect with her.
There's something, I don't connect with her. You know, so it's holistic, and we must always look at appearance, behavior, and communication. But I must reiterate, and the point you made earlier with the scripture you referred to, how God looks to the heart, but man looks outwardly. You know, is sometimes I joke, but it's serious business when I say, you know, we pray and we talk about finding favor with man. It's actually important. I'm not saying that it's substance that would help you in the long run, but ensure that the outward appearance, the mind thinks in pictures. Instantly, it used to be 30 seconds, but now it's 4 seconds.
Wow.
A person who sees you forms their impression in 4 seconds.
That's not a lot of time
at all.
And I think what's so powerful about this is that oftentimes when women think about presenting themselves, they think in terms of clothing. They think in terms of brand, the more expensive the brand is. But what I find really, really surprising is the other elements that we so often overlook, the behavior, the communication, that go towards presenting that total package.
Yes, it's very key. And just to speak about brands, you know, there's a store that I know. It's one of my favorite stores. It's Primark, but I call it Primani.
Yeah.
Because it's a treasure trove. It's not how expensive, it's how you put things together. And for accessories are a very major part. They play a major part in a woman's outfit. I call them accessorize because it just gives that oomph
to any outfit.
But before we start to accessorize and all, it's about ensuring that the outfit you have picked suits your own body lines and your style preference. A lot of women buy things because it's in vogue.
It's in fashion. But I wanted to find out, first of all, are there any no-nos in the workplace in terms of presentation? You know, if I'm, you know, I'm a new graduate, I'm in the workplace, are there some basic no-nos in terms of work clothes that I should keep in mind?
Irrespective of what it is you do, revealing too much flesh is in poor taste.
Yes.
Irrespective of what career you belong to. So, too much cleavage, outfits that are too short in the workplace are just wrong.
Inappropriate.
It's very, that's the word, inappropriate. So that's, there's no way to condone, or what's the word I'm looking for?
So low, short, or sheer?
I like that. I like that. Fantastic. I learned a new one. Yes. So those are just not acceptable.
And let's talk a little bit about culture, because different industries have different cultures in terms of dress codes, should we say. So how do I pick up, if you know, I'm in an industry, how do I pick up what is appropriate and suitable in my industry? Because what I might be able to wear if I work in Google is totally different to what I could wear if I worked in a bank, for example.
Well, a lot of corporates would actually prescribe in your staff manual what the dress code is. But I say the safest thing to do is to play it safe for the first week or two when you join an organization, so that you can observe and see. And there's a fail-safe capsule wardrobe. So you have your basic black trousers or navy blue, as the case may be, your nicely cut shirts. Shirts and trousers will fit into any and every environment. Okay. So your capsule, trouser, skirt, preferably black or navy blue, a blazer, a white shirt or a cream shirt, your black dress. I don't like to say little black dress because people take that literally, and it's actually little.
It's micro mini.
It's micro mini. I usually say that a black dress that, you know, falls below your knees, your kneecaps, you know, and fitted or otherwise, but structured. Right. So those basic things are things that you should have, and you can wear in the first week or two. While
you're trying to figure out what
the environment is like.
In the
because, you know, as you said, some work environments permit color, others don't. Yes. Others want you to be more somber, more subtle.
So I noticed that in the, you know, when I was practicing here, that blue, black, grays, you know, there was no pop of, you weren't even allowed a pop of color, really.
No.
And I remember, you know, when I first got married, and I had a lot of grays, because my husband always used to say, did somebody die? And you go into a funeral, you know, but this was my law out, you know, this was, you know, the overflow from my, you know, legal work clothes. So then becoming a pastor's wife, I found that I needed to rejig things, you know, and especially what was pleasing to my husband, because he loves bright colors and things like that. But my industry didn't allow that, you know. So that's interesting. What about dress down Fridays? How dressed down can we be on dress down Fridays?
Again, it varies from organization to organization, but there's certain things that you just simply cannot wear to work. And the three things you called sheer,
short, or low.
Sheer, short, or low. These, no matter how dressed down it is, these are things that are just very unprofessional. You cannot wear a sheer blouse that shows your undergarment. And I make that point to women. It's called underwear for a reason. It's not supposed to be seen. You know, a lot of people think, well, personally, I've been accused of being a prude. And I'm saying there's universally acceptable dressing, that wherever you go, it's acceptable. And if you decide to pay particular attention to detail, it will actually open doors for you. You know, like speaking to my younger son, I remember my son when he was younger and he had his jeans down to here. I said, what are you doing? He said he's sagging. See, whether you need 2 tight slabs to enjoy, it's underwear. I'm not supposed to see that. So there are things that you must be mindful of the fact that it forms an impression in people's minds.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are not sure, just play it safe. When you study the environment and you now see that, okay, there can be a bit of color, or I can do X, Y, you know, then you can now introduce your personal style.
Yeah.
And one style tip, don't dress down. By that I mean, always ensure to look the best, rise to the occasion. Always ensure to look the best for whatever setting or occasion, even if you feel like you've overdone it a little bit.
So in your estimation, it's better to be overdressed than underdressed?
Always, always, always. I mean, for someone like me who wears hats to travel, and I can tell you, it has gotten me upgraded quite a few times. Because you just stand out.
This is a classy lady.
Yes.
Okay. So it's awesome that you spoke about industry expectations, but you also want to create a little or retain a little bit of your personality. So how can you do that? How can you fit within maybe your industry culture whilst also maintaining your sense of style and individuality?
I'm so glad you asked that. For women, right, the winning woman, there are 5 style preferences. You are either classic, and the classic woman is timeless. She likes structure and minimal colors, more plain than prints.
Right.
Or you are dramatic. The dramatic woman is the attention seeker. She's very glamorous.
She wants to stand out wherever she is.
She wants to stand out. Then you have the natural dresser who is effortlessly chic. And she also likes clean lines and neutral colors. Then you have the romantic dresser who is very girly. She likes skirts. She likes pastel, sweet colors. And then you have the sporty dresser. A lot of women who are in the childbearing, school run age are usually sporty dressers.
Right.
Now for the classic dresser, at best, she will look timeless, chic, elegant. At worst, she will look frumpy. For the glamorous dresser, at best, she'll look attention, eye-catching, you know, glamorous. But at worst, she'll look chaotic because she's done too much. The natural dresser also can look unkempt at worst and chic at best. Romantic can look all frills and bows if she doesn't do it right. And then the sporty dresser can look boyish if she doesn't do it right. So what I say to women is, for your career, the point in life you are at, and personally what you like. So if I were to describe myself, I'm classic dramatic. Pastor Bims to me is classic romantic. You're quite classic, and I mean, being a lawyer, you would fall in classic. But I've also seen your lines are quite clean, and you know, and also you like your feminine. You have a lot of alluring, feminine, beautiful outfits. So stick to what you are comfortable in. Do not follow trends. A lot of people, oh, this is out, it's raining. If you put me in a boho skirt, what you find is I'll keep adjusting because I'm not comfortable. It's not my style preference. It doesn't come naturally to me. Now, once you've identified what your style preference is, you can shop or you can get your clothes for your career or your line of work, right? By saying, okay, I'm classic, these are the kind of cuts I like, and this is what will suit my career or my profession or my organization, our prescribed dress code. Okay. So that's how to go.
That's interesting. So how would you know what your natural style is? Is it just what you tend to gravitate towards? What if I gravitate towards pieces that don't really suit me?
So therein lies the need to make that conscious change, because not everyone knows what suits them. Some people just wear clothes to cover up. It covers my body, it's a basic necessity, and I'm good to go. But as a winning woman, you must really pay attention to detail. And this is where, if you're not going to hire professional help, say an image consultant or a stylist, you have to defer to people around you. Your husband, your close friends. You have to look for that friend or that person or that colleague at work who tells you as it is.
And give you the real.
Yes, and be amenable to, be open to constructive feedback about how you look, and you know.
My fashion stylist is my second son. You know, when I have lots of interesting conversations with him about clothes, because I'm always getting him to zip up my dress. So one day he goes to me, Mom, what about people who are not married? All the single women, how do they get dressed? You know, so he comes up with the most ridiculous comments, and he's very frank. So some days he'll be like, Mom, you know, but when I get a compliment from him, I know that the outfit is really smashing, you know. So I definitely agree with you that we all need somebody who can give us honest feedback.
It's
and
very
say,
important.
You know, this works for you or this doesn't. What factor do you think body shape should play in clothes that we select as women?
You know, earlier I was telling you about the science of putting yourself together. And it's funny how people don't realize that a lot goes into that output, particularly for people who pay attention or people who have to because of what they do, i.e. maybe celebrities and things like that. Did you know that your body shape determines what sort of fabrics you should wear? So, for instance, I'm quite rounded in the lower half of my body, meaning I have hips. Now, think about it. If I wear a stiff fabric on my kind of body shape that has hip and that is quite curved on the bottom, the fabric is straight, but the body shape is curved. So they're jarring.
You're right.
That's why you find that when you wear stiffer fabrics on the bottom, if you have hips, it starts to pucker around here.
That's right.
So your body shape determines the sort of fabric, the sort of cut, and the sort of fit that you should. And what you want to do is you want to project your best features and conceal your flaws. So let's take someone who's quite busty, for instance. You do not want to attract attention there because it's already there. So frills on someone who's top heavy will make the person look
accentuated, won't it?
Or thinking if you have it flaunted, cleavage is unsightly. If you have a full mid area or stomach, you don't want to go and put a belt or a line there thinking you are cinching it because it'll draw the eyes. Wherever there's a line on the body, you attract the eyes. So what you want to do is conceal areas that you feel are not your most attractive or most, you know, and then accentuates the areas that. So if you're a woman who has long pin-like legs, then knee length is good enough, and a pencil skirt if your hips and your mid area can take it. So the point is, I would say this is something you can do on your own. You can determine your body line. I'll just teach you a very quick trick. What you want to do is identify where your navel is. Okay? Ask your husband or your friends or your sister to run their hands by your side to your waist area. Now, if there's like love handles and things, it means you're curved on the top. And they do the same for the bottom half. So it's like you're doing this to the person's side. So if there are no love handles or anything like that, the person is straight on top and curved on the bottom, if, you know, or people can be straight. So you hear things like somebody is rectangular or somebody is triangular. What they're saying is she's busty and she's narrow at the bottom. Or rectangular, the person is straight, the waist is not exactly what do you call it, small. Or you hear hourglass, figure 8 as we call it. Whatever part of your body, whatever line you have on that part of your body determines the sort of fabrics you can place on there. If you are curved, so if you're busty and you're not too slim on the top, it means you want to go for stretchier fabrics as opposed to stiff. On the bottom as well, if you have hips, you want to go for things that are bias cuts. You want to go for jersey, but not what will show cellulite.
So maybe heavier jersey?
Heavier jersey, like what I'm wearing now. It's heavy. You want to keep away from stiff fabrics. And please, ladies, all details on anything you wear must lie flat. So whether it's pockets, pleats, slits, once it is puckering, the outfit is either not right for you or might be too small for you. So you see women who have hips, when they wear outfits that have pockets.
The pleats, yes.
Or pleats.
Yes. The pleats are open.
Yes. So that is for people who are slim. They can take more detailing. But once you are already heavy on the bottom or any part of the body, be careful to keep whatever you're putting on there simple. So it doesn't
cost too much
Yes.
attention. That's fantastic. It's so interesting that there are industry words for body shapes.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of women don't know. I know we did a seminar once where we had a fashion stylist come, and a lot of women, you know, she was inundated afterwards, and they were trying to figure, what am I? Am I rectangular? Am I, you know, so I thought, wow, these women are in their 30s and their 40s, and they don't have any idea of their body shape or how to dress appropriately
for their shape.
for it. So it was a real revelation for a lot of women. What about your complexion? You know, what part does that play in what you choose or select to wear?
That is the absolute foundation of any outfit. So this is a little scientific, but I'll try and make it as. Your complexion determines or should determine the colors that you place on your body. When you wear the right colors for your skin tone, you enhance and brighten and bring your features alive. When you wear the wrong colors, you dull your features. And all of the flaws on you, particularly your face, are more pronounced when you wear the wrong colors. So another trick, because it's full-on color analysis that can help you determine your right coloring. But another trick is, whenever you want to buy any outfit, I advise women to go to the store without any makeup at all and go with a mirror that you can hold in your hand. Look for sunlight in the store, move towards the sunlight and drape the outfit just around your neck and hold the mirror as in facing the sunlight so you can see your features. When you drape any outfit or any color around your neck area, so like this, if instantly you have dark circles under your eyes and around your mouth, that probably is not a right color for you. But if you can see the definition of your face and your eyes brighten, chances are that's the right color for you. So color plays a very, very important role, and we say that most, I mean, this show is for everyone. It's not for just African women, it's for winning women.
Yes, it's for winning women all over the world.
So there's 4 color seasons, and it's all the seasons of Europe.
Okay.
Winter, autumn, spring, and summer. And I don't want to get too technical, Perseverance, but what I would say is that's the simplest trick to determining what colors suit you. And just to add that any one color has 3 to 4 different shades. So navy blue, for instance, has 4 different navies. So there's a different navy for all the color seasons. So you have to determine
which of the navies was within your color season.
Exactly. So another color I like to use a lot is blue. I'm a winter. And winter means I'm deep, bright, and cool. Deep because I'm an black African woman. Bright because when you look at my features, my hair and my skin, there's a bright contrast. And cool because my skin undertone is pink. So deep, bright, and cool means I can wear deep, bright, and cool colors. So in the family of blue, I should wear turquoise as opposed to teal. Because teal has more yellow, has more warmth. But turquoise has more cool. So you dress in harmony with your color characteristics. We need a whole show for color analysis.
I was going to say, there's so much, so much, you know, richness here. You know, it's fantastic. All right, let's talk a little bit. We talked a little about complexion. We've talked about body shape. Let's talk now about building a wardrobe that works, because, you know, us women, we shop and still we say we don't have anything to wear. You know, how can it be that your wardrobe is full of clothes and you have a special event, you have a function, and you can't seem to find anything, you know, to wear? How do we remedy that dilemma?
It's true that women wear 20% of their clothes 80% of the time. To remedy that dilemma, the first thing is to determine what are the places or where are the places you go to frequently. All right? Is it work, cocktail parties, weddings? So you determine that first of all, and then you divide your wardrobe space literally according to those things. I style my wardrobe 6 weeks in advance. So for the next 6 weeks, I know what I'm wearing. Now, what that will help you do is, earlier I mentioned capsule pieces. You have pieces that you can build your wardrobe around. So for instance, black trousers. You can wear a shirt with black trousers, and you can wear a blouse or, you know, a top with black trousers. So the basic things to have in your wardrobe, first of all, are black trousers, khaki trousers, jeans, a black skirt. I would say people, sometimes I say black or navy, but have both. A good, well-cut blazer, one black and one navy in your right shade of navy, silk camisoles, silk shirts. So we pack that aside. Then we go on to dresses. Now, your dress style is determined by your style preference. So both of us, I know, would go for structured dresses. The next person might think, you know what, I want something more flowery and flouncy. Now, some women prefer pants, prefer trousers. So it could be trousers and jackets, or trousers and shirts that match. Your style preference will determine the sort of things you would have in your capsule wardrobe. I would say the best way to build a capsule is, as I said earlier, determine where it is you spend most of your time. So once you have your work clothes out of the way, and then you maybe, I don't know if your work or your lifestyle says you go to dinners and things like that, have those clothes. When you have 6 outfits in each of those sections that you know you will wear, that's the point to make. There are times when you wear an outfit, you know you are looking hot, you are comfortable, you're beaming from ear to ear. Everyone who sees you says, wow, you look amazing. So what happens is we gravitate towards wearing and repeating those same outfits, and we leave everything else in the wardrobe. Anything you own that you haven't worn for a year or maximum 18 months, you should give away.
But you know that's very hard for us to do as women. We get very attached to various pieces. Even if we've never worn them, we think there's going to be that special occasion that's going to come that we're going to wear it to. Yes. And we'll hold on to things sometimes for 10 years. You know.
I've overcome that, and it's very...
Please share with us, what's the secret?
I think for me, it just, when I started meditating a lot, I found it really therapeutic. And I read a book once, I think was it the Feng Shui, where they're talking about if your wardrobe and your space is decluttered, your mind also starts to feel decluttered. And I tried it and it worked. So every 3 months now, we do what we call a wardrobe weed, where we just take everything out and actually style the pieces together. And something I also encourage is something I call a capsule wardrobe. You can make 15 outfits out of 5 outfits. So you have your basic trouser, skirt, top, and then you begin to swap. Right. So I have this pair of trousers and this shirt I'm wearing today. Tomorrow it could be this shirt and this skirt. If you actually style your wardrobe in advance, you would know what's in there, and you would, you know, it's almost like a mental picture of, okay, I can wear this tomorrow, and then what you do is when you wear an outfit, hang it or take it to the beginning of the wardrobe so that the next outfit pops up. Right. And you wear it and you take it back. Right. What that will now do is you probably won't come back to that outfit for the next month or so, or 6 weeks. And so it's that there's that refreshing, you know, and
it seems like you give a lot of thought to your wardrobe, and I know it's because this is your line of work. Do you feel like if this wasn't your work, you were a banker, or you know, stay-at-home mom, or you run your own business, which you do, but you know, not in this field? Do you think that you will still pay as much attention as you do to your presentation?
I will. I've always been like this. I've always been big on, I need to know where everything is in my wardrobe. I need to know, you know. And as a young lawyer, it was just easier for me to just say, you know what, Monday to Friday, week 1, week 2, this is what I'm wearing. So I know, especially those mornings when you have to run to court. So I've always been like that, but I think now with technical knowledge and insight into styling and image consulting, it's actually made me more like that.
Even more on the case.
Even more like that, yes.
So how much time should a woman give to this, to kind of planning her wardrobe and prepping her week in terms of presentation?
If you have the time the best time would be Saturday or Sunday, when you don't have work, or when you don't, if you have home errands to run for the home. But make out time, and it does take time, I must be honest with you, Pastor Bibbs. It takes time. It takes time to bring everything out and say, okay, where are we? What are the things I absolutely should chuck out? And you can go online. YouTube is a valuable resource for your body shape. Go and look, you know, what will suit me best. And although some of those, you have to be careful and make sure you double check. you know. But back to your question, ideally, or if you say how long will it take in any given day, at least 4 hours.
Wow.
At least.
Okay. And you would do this how often? 6 weeks, every 6 weeks, every... How often would you do that?
So sorting your wardrobe out?
Yes, and kind of planning. You talked about planning your outfits. And
you could do it every month, but if you don't have that kind of time, every 6 weeks.
Okay. Are there any parting words that you'd want to give women about the importance of presentation and proper appearance?
So the first thing is be your own person. Do not shop according to trends. You know, the saying, famous saying by YSL, fashion fades, style is eternal. Identify your style and stick with it. Be comfortable in your skin. A fierce body is, a fit body is a fierce body, and that's what makes fashion fabulous. If you want to look good, you need to eat right.
Yeah, look after your body.
You have to look after your body. It's very important. And always remember that your body language conveys a stronger message than what you actually say. You must be deliberate and intentional in projecting a holistic image. So the way you talk, the way you project, and what you're wearing. And you must be conscious, and it's something that you can actually train and get better at.
Fantastic. Yes. So I guess to round up the ABC of presentation, A is for appearance, B is for behavior, and C is for communication. Okay, ladies, so you've heard it from the best. Prep, do your ABCs to make sure that your presentation is pucker and you make the best first impression. Take care.